I mean, I see how busy they are and just like how much board games they play. And I just
Whoa,
wonder,
dude.
like,
All right.
Busting out the stereotypes, are we?
hey, it's much easier. I get it. It's much easier to find people, willing players, when you're in a fucking polycule. There's nothing wrong with that. To me, it's more like, why go to all this effort?
But when my partner is like banging other people, or when I'm banging other people, like both of us seem to be more interested in having sex with each other, because there's this like a tiny little hint of like, ooh, like, is the other person going to bang you better? Like maybe I should step up my game. And I know that not everybody feels this way. I'm not saying that this is like like an inherent, good thing about polyamory. But for me, I really like that as a way to keep the spark alive. For much longer. Like I've had much longer relationships in polyamory where I'm still very interested in having sex with them in a way that like never worked back when I was monogamous.
I've never looked into or thought about like why this is, but I found the same thing, that just the sex is better longer when people are seeing other people.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think the framing is insidious because it does put in place this freedom and oppression dichotomy. It's, if you're poly, then you're not restricting others. But if you're monogamous, then you are imposing restrictions on others. And everyone understands restrictions are bad and freedom is good. So it has this like implicit virtuousness to it.
Well, I think that might be just some bullshit that we as liberal Americans live with, and we should embrace the fact that not all restrictions are bad and not all freedoms are good, maybe.
Well, I think the question should not be like, are we trying to avoid virtuous framing, but rather, is this accurate? Are poly people in fact placing fewer restrictions on their partners?
I mean, yeah, they are, but I just don't understand. Aligning it on that version doesn't, like I said, it doesn't make sense. Like,
I am willing to bite this bullet. I think this is straightforwardly correct. I think that polyamory is morally better than monogamy.
How so?
I think fewer restrictions is better.
Okay.
Also, separately, I think that there are lots of ways in which it is like ridiculous to expect people to do the morally better thing. And there's like a lot of judgment inherent towards saying something is less good. I think there's a lot of morally better things that I could be doing in my relationships.
Why do you think more people aren't poly?